Welcome to the UR Business Network. I'm Robert Zacon, host of Business A to Z. Today we have a special treat for you. In studio, we have an expert on telecom solutions, Mr. Dennis Amico, Managing Director, VoIP, a national company headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee. Dennis, it is a treat to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate that.
It's a true pleasure. So, VoIP, give us a primer. Who are you?
Well, VoIP, Rob, is a provider of telecom solutions. 24/7 by 365, managed IT services, high availability applications, disaster recovery support services. We provide our customers with the highest quality and most cost-effective solutions available in our industry today. Our underlying goal is to help our customers focus on their respective business needs and to allow VoIP to deliver appropriate, cost-effective that support their requirements.
That's a mouthful. Now, as if that isn't enough, what's your purpose?
Well, Rob, our purpose, communication is the lifeblood of all businesses. VoIP was born out of joining the need for telecommunication solutions coupled with a desire for the highest level of customer service at the lowest possible price point. Extensive personalized service at the lowest possible price is our mainstay. We will never outgrow personalized service, Rob.
That's a key. That is so important. It's good to hear you mention the quality of the IT, specifically the telecom solutions and services, coupled with the personalized service.
Absolutely. You know, it's a very important factor. We want to know our customers, quite honestly. But let me explain that a little bit for you, if I may.
Please.
There are basically two ways we can save a customer money on their phone bill in telecommunication services. One is by comparing their monthly phone bills. If they can give me a call, send me a copy of their month's phone bill, I can look at that, I can analyze it against all our providers, roughly around 35 different providers nationwide and internationally, and then see what is the best way for them. Secondly, is to look at their phone system and see if their system is doing what it needs to be done and if they're using their phone system to their full capacity.
Fantastic. Now, we hear this phrase VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. Will you teach us, what is that?
Sure. Voice over Internet Protocol, or VoIP, it's a methodology and a group of technologies for delivering voice communications and multimedia sessions over high-speed Internet protocol, such as the Internet. It allows for extremely fast access and very reduced rates.
Give us, if you will, what's important for us to know about VoIP, your business history.
Well, our business history comes out, like I said, in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're part of an organization called Conduit Corporation. And Conduit Corporation was founded approximately 13 years ago. And what they did, they were founded to help small and medium-sized businesses progress and move in the right direction technologies. It was a good matchup for us. We were able to get involved with them. They were able to help us with the communication side of it as well as the technology side of it, and also a way to introduce us to people in the industry that we could possibly help.
How does VoIP help a customer with their telecom needs?
Well, what we do is what VoIP is we focus on freeing the customer up from their day-to-day things, okay? We try to make their job and their position a little bit easier, especially on the telecommunications side of it at this point. Because what happens is, without even realizing it, customers are not aware of what their phone system really is supposed to do and how it can help. Aside from saving the money, which is certainly a wonderful thing, and we can look at their phone system and look at the fact that, you know, we can probably save them anywhere from 20 to 30, 40% off their regular phone bill. We can enhance their system and make it that much better for them and make it better for their customers.
Now, zeroing in on the small and the medium-sized businesses, how does VoIP provide additional value add and value?
What VoIP has done is we've negotiated key strategic relationships with major carriers. And what I mean by that, Rob, is we've turned around and we work with 35 major providers. Providers that, honestly, most people have heard a lot of them. Verizon, Sprint, XO Communications.
Small companies.
Small companies, right.
The little guys.
And then we also do handle the small ones that somewhere out in the middle of the Midwest that only one company can service that area. We can handle that for them too.
So we would certainly recognize your providers.
Oh, absolutely.
And it sounds like what you've done is you've chosen the best of the best so you can give the highest level of service.
Absolutely, we've chosen the best of the best with that. There, like I said, mentioned companies such as Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, XO Communications, Sprint, Windstream, to name just a few.
How do you actually perform the telecom services?
Well, how we actually perform the service, Rob, is that we turn around and we take basically a customer's phone bill. We're able to take the phone bill, look at it, analyze it against 35 different providers nationwide, and come up with the most cost-effective company for them to work with. In some cases, it may even mean staying with, if they're with Comcast, means staying with Comcast, but enhancing their program to make it better for them.
But it sounds so good, but how do you do it?
Well, what we've been able to do is we've leveraged its size and experience with sheer volume to negotiate strategic partners with these companies. So in essence, what we've actually done is we're bringing them right now presently over 3,500 customers nationwide, and by doing that, they're the sheer numbers and volume. It's no different than a customer going to like a Walmart and buying a TV or a refrigerator and realizing that Walmart has negotiated prices with major carriers and they save money because they can buy in volume with how many different Walmarts there are in the country. We're basically doing the same thing.
So now the business owner in different parts of the country, or because we're an international program around the world, is watching you right now and saying, okay, Dennis, but how do you do this? Is there a charge? I can hear the little bit of cynicism. Is there a charge for this?
No. There's absolutely no charge for the customer to send in and call us up and talk to us. What we usually do is they either give us a call, talk to me personally or one of my associates, or turn around and send me copy of your phone bill. What I'd like is, if I can have 2-month phone bill, that's great, but just send me a copy of your current phone bill. Look at it. We analyze it against what is the best provider for them at that point, and then we get back to them and say, we can do this, we can save you here, we can do this if you change this or change your service and provider, and go from there.
Key question.
Sure.
The customer experience. What are the customers saying?
Customers, for the most part, anybody we've talked to, I've been very happy with the fact that they've come back to us and they love what we got to tell them. In essence, I find very few customers that say no, because at the end of the conversations and the analysis, we're saving the money. And it's hard to come back and say, well, we can go from this company to this company and set you up with this provider and save you money, and it's going to save you 20%, 30% off your phone bill.
So what's your solution to doing this?
Our basic solution is to turn around and come back with a customer and a provider that will work for the customer. Then we analyze their phone systems to boot on top of that there to see if we can fine-tune what they're doing and make that work for them. So at the end of all this here, we're looking at, we can look at their phone bill. We can hopefully save them money, which we normally do. We can look at their phone system. We also have financing available if customers want to lease a phone system, if that's a way to go, and grow with them. Start today, look at a program, look at a system, and realize that, in 5 years, hopefully we're going to have, instead of 5 employees, we're going to have 25 employees. And how can we help them? We've got a system that'll match that and grow with them.
Which is phenomenal, because small businesses become medium-sized businesses, and medium-sized businesses aspire to grow to larger businesses.
Absolutely.
And you have the solutions to stay with them
Yes.
as they grow, which is critical.
And that's really what I've noticed in the telecommunications world, and what I've seen in the world, is that customers go out and they turn around, they open up a business today, they open a small shop today. And what ends up happening is they go with a provider that supplies them with a phone system that they're buying. That system cannot be used with any other provider. So 3, 4, 5 years down the road, they find that they're outgrowing the system, and ultimately they have to throw the phone system away. In our case, they can grow with us. Whether they start with 2 employees, 3 employees, and go to 200, they can still grow with it.
Okay. Geographic reach. So somebody who's listening to this interview now, whether they're in Denver, whether in Canada, in France, do you have the geographic reach to be able to service these folks?
Rob, we are actually nationally, but we're also globally. So we have customers today that have offices here in Boston, have offices in California, but they also have offices in Europe, England, and throughout Europe. And we can provide them internationally.
Fantastic. So if somebody who's watching you now says, I'm getting interested, what does it look like to think about getting started? What do you tell them?
Well, the easiest way to get started is to turn around and send us a copy of your phone bill. Let us start there. Let us look and see what, if we can save you money, how we can save you money, and how much of a savings we can start. And you start there, and then we can go from there.
It sounds terrific. More information. People, you know how people are. Well, it sounds good, like a little bit more information. What do they do?
Customers can call me, Dennis Amico, at area code 615-279-3438. That's area code 615-279-3438. Or you can send contact information to my email at dennis.amico, A-M-I-C-O, at businessways.com.
Please repeat that for everybody.
It's dennis.amico, A-M-I-C-O, at businessways, W-A-Y-S at the end, .com. Or you can even go to our website at www.businessways.com.
Dennis, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on, Rob. I appreciate that.
Thanks for introducing us to BusinessWays, to the solutions you have, specifically telecom solutions. It's been a wealth of information.
Well, I've enjoyed being here. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to have you. Continued success.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks so much. My guest today here on Business A to Z has been Dennis Amico, Managing Director, BusinessWays, Nashville, Tennessee. And to our national audience and our international audiences, we thank you so much for joining us here on the UR Business Network.